Make sure if you're attending, you go and do that. And we are about to wrap up the second week of the North American Round Robin. Pancake Reaper versus Shadow Nexus's Care Package. Let's see who takes the advantage in this match. And I think we're going to be starting out with Bloodcraft versus Dragoncraft. So again, it's the aggressive versus the ramp. Oh man, and let's talk about the mulligans a little bit. What is the philosophy behind Dragoncraft mulligans here?
So, Dragoncraft against Vengeance Blood is kind of a bad matchup. Like, Dragon usually is on the back foot because of how much damage that Vengeance Blood can represent if they have a Belphegor on 4, which we know Pancake does already. So, he's really just looking to ramp as fast as possible. If you can ramp, again, just like any matchup, you can maintain board control, and Dragon does have enough life gain to stay back in the match, but Vengeance Blood definitely has the edge here, especially with Belphegor being drawn.
On the play, Belphegor is really strong. When Vengeance Blood was first sort of popping up as a new deck, it was basically like the way to beat Dragon, even when they had all of the old OP stuff like Ouroboros or whatever. All the stuff that's been changed in Dragon since then.
Yeah, Belphegor just basically pushes you into Vengeance quickly. It's a 4/4 that Dragon might have a problem dealing with, and it draws you more gas. So essentially it just keeps pushing what Vengeance Blood wants to do against Dragon. Because Dragon's not known, if you have seen all of the Dragon matchups, to be able to push that 10 damage in any relevant type of fashion early in the game. So it's like a no-worry type of play playing Belphegor here. Also activates Succubus, so extra
safe,
damage from that. Yeah.
I want it. It's like gold to me.
You can also just completely ignore Ayala here.
Oh yeah. Every time.
It's very safe.
Wow.
Oh, we actually ramps him.
Take a break.
Interesting.
Not sure about that play. Yeah. That opens up the fervor that was just drawn. Otherwise, there wouldn't have been an excellent play for Care Package this turn. Goes for the Uriel anyway. Okay.
Uriel's kind of interesting. It's just finding Polyphonic Roar, but it's interesting that that Care Package considers Polyphonic Roar so strong that he would run a search card for it.
Yeah, in the deck, having one of Uriel is not too bad just to fetch Polyphonic Roar. In this matchup, I think all he was trying to do was use his play points effectively to clear the board, not really to search out the Polyphonic Roar.
Sure. Yeah.
Because this might give him some breathing room to cast Fervor. Yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
Because playing Fervor there could get you so far behind that you can't catch up. But, yeah, that play's not bad. Clearing board is never bad.
Leaving the random 5/1 is also kind of weird for Pancake, too. I mean, if you pop Hungering Horde or Sabor on this, I guess Hungering Horde probably makes the most sense.
Yeah, because you want to keep the Vengeance.
Diabolic Drain Belphegor again.
Yeah, I don't mind that play at all. Keeping yourself in Vengeance, drawing back up to maximum hand size.
Double Urius.
Not what you want to see in the Dragon matchup. We've seen a stark lack of Dark Generals in all of our Vengeance Blood games. Where are those cards at? We saw it in the game-winning turn in one game, but that was it.
Yeah, a few hours ago.
Right, exactly.
I forget who had it at this point.
Alright, so Care Package thinking here, he's like, alright, how do I need to execute my next couple turns so I don't die? Can I ever fit a Fervor in? I think he has to wait until next turn, so where he can play Fervor with something else. So this turn might just be like a Grimnir Evolve turn. He could just
blow for the Fervor, but it's not value, so...
Right. At least the Grimnir leaves something in play. Okay.
Never mind.
Opts for the breath, though. Alright. Pancake with a ton of options. Blood Wolves are kind of scary. Like, he's got 2 Blood Wolves and 2 Razory Claws in hand, which is basically 8 damage to his own face, so he's got to be careful.
Pancake also might be incentivized to flood here a little bit, having seen Care use a Breath of Salamander, unless he assumes Care also has Conflagrate.
Yep. It's a perfect turn to Flood. Of course, we see Care Package does have a follow-up Breath of the Salamander, so we'll be able to deal with this. Not all of it, but most of it. Now imagine if there was just like random Forte right now. So good.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Ooh, Lucifer.
Okay, Lucifer could add some interesting complexity to this game. So if Pancake does put himself down to 4 next turn in some fashion and doesn't kill Care, then Lucifer Evolve could just end the game instantly. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting couple of turns.
I think Pancake will know he can't put himself to 4.
Yeah. I think Fervor and Breath is still the best play here. Like, you need to continue ramping. You need to get to Grimnir on 10 play points in order to try to start stemming the bleeding here.
Mm-hmm.
Plus get active Zeus in play, which is an awesome tool against Vengeance Blood.
As far as Pancake goes, I'm pretty sure just slapping down Sebroar into one of those Uriases is going to be what he ends up going for.
I am the Mad Cyclone.
Could even Blood
now we play the
if he's feeling a little aggressive. Okay.
Yeah, true. Blood
Grimnir this turn makes literally no sense to me.
Power's uncontrollable.
It's definitely less impactful than it was before, especially killing that wolf.
Huh. I don't know if I like that turn. I don't know if that did enough for him. Now Hungering Horde is an option to clear and to keep pushing here. But again, he's got to be careful. If he puts himself at 4, he's going to lose the game, so he can't do that.
Well, just playing Sebroar puts you at 8, so...
That's true. Sebroar plus Hungering Horde, I think, is the best turn here. You get Hungering Horde. You can even Evo Urias here to push for even more damage, get Care Package down to 6, which does put him into double Razor Claw range for a 2-turn lethal.
This ache, this thirst, quench them.
Also, I mean, because of the way Care Package played last turn, Lucifer is now just his better play, even if all it does is heal you. So, once that becomes knowledge, Pancake will never put himself at 4 without just killing.
Right.
He might go for a Razor Claw Evolve here, though. I think Hungering Horde makes a lot more sense. I don't think you're ever going to get a chance to make use of...
Right. Plus, like, saving the Razor Claw is just for face here. Okay, so he's going to play the second Urias, essentially just to get more damage out of followers that Care plays. This is not the worst play. It does mean less damage overall, though. It doesn't set up a turn 2 lethal if the board gets cleared this turn.
Well, at least we know that it can't from Care Package's side. Sockwill into Lucifer is much better than just Lucifer. That's much better than just Lucifer, though.
Not necessarily, though. Those Uriases, that basically just negates the life gain from Lucifer.
But if you just summon Lucifer, then that negates the life gain from Lucifer.
Well, not really, because you still gain an extra 2, but then again, you don't kill anything, so...
Yeah, you don't kill anything.
This is a rough turn.
Not killing anything is... Yeah.
This is a really rough turn that Care's put himself in.
So if you play Lucifer, you go to 10. Lucifer goes to 10. Sockwill Lucifer kills 2 things, but just keeps you at 8.
Right. That's still probably the best play. It's really the only thing he can do this turn. I mean, he can Fervor and play Grimnir, but that seems pretty loose.
I think the time for Fervor is much gone, and there he goes for the Fervor. Right when I say that.
Care has literally played every single turn this Dragon game differently than I would have, so I mean, he's got his own mindset about it for sure. But this keeps him at a relatively low life total. It does put a ward up, but is that going to be good enough?
Well, I mean, we know it's not good enough. Hungering Horde, double Razor Claw, 3 attack for face.
And even the Dark General for more face if he needed it. So yeah, that was it. Care Package taking an L here.
Taking that L. Lucifer, proving that he's not that great.
Yeah, terrible. Don't play him.
Yeah, he's not that great.
All right,
Used
so
to be
Pancake
incredible.
winning the matchup that He should. I mean, technically speaking, Vengeance Blood is really good against Dragon, so this matchup is favored, so he is taking the favored matchup away. And now he's got to pilot his Shadow deck into Dragon and Shadow. So Shadow, again, not the worst deck to be having to pilot for 1 game out of 2 or to win 1 game out of 2 games. So now, again, Pancake with the advantage.
I think I remember hearing Rainey say, I think it's a Nephthys deck, though. So...
That's right. Actually, you're right. Nephthys is really well positioned against Shadow and Dragon. So actually 2 good matchups for him here. That's right. If it is Neph, then yeah. Might actually just take this one out 2-0 with good matchups.
One of Nep's best matchups in the game is Ram Dragon, so...
Father, come on.
Namely for its ability to pull out Underworld Kawi. And it's the Ledger version of Nephthys, which is even better against Dragon because it gets mid-game value also.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of them have just... Wow, is he running voices? I think most of them have just switched to the Ledger version. There's no reason to waste... Because Ledger also gets things out of your deck that would make your Nep worse, so... I think there's no reason not to just cycle like that.
Definitely. It's worse against the aggro decks because you're not doing anything, essentially, on turn 4, but it's definitely better against the control decks, which is exactly what he planned to play against, so... Very good deck
for
choice.
sure, yeah. In fact, I remember
just to explain...
in the beginning...
Oh, go ahead.
No, go for it.
I was just going to say, just a quick overview of how Nephthys decks work, again, for those of you who don't know. You play 4 different followers, or 4 different cost followers in your deck, like whether it be 2, 3, 7, 8, like most decks do, so that when you play Nephthys, it's guaranteed to pull the followers you want to get the actives that you want, with Kawi being the big deciding factor along with Mord against Dragon. Kawi, when it dies, it destroys your opponent's strongest follower, you gain its power and health, and Mordecai, a 5/5, basically unkillable 5/5 follower, which Dragon cannot get rid of unless they run something to banish.
Exactly. Ooh, triple Bahamut. That's not good.
Not yet.
Well, I mean, even still, like I was gonna say, like that was the reason, one of the reasons that Ram Dragon started even playing Polyphonic War in the first place was that it was quote unquote good against Nephthys Shadow because Nephthys Shadow preyed on you so hard.
Yes, yes. Polyphonic War is your best option in Dragon to beat Nep because it is just consistent value that you can technically outpace Nephthys' endgame with it, and they have no way to kill it. It's basically Dragon's Mord against Nep Shadow.
Double Ledger gonna result in double Liches, putting 8 power on board turn 5.
That mid-game value. And especially these voices. Like, voices are also anti-Dragon tech in a big sense because for 8 play points, you get 2 1/1s with Storm and Death Touch, which can kill pretty much anything Dragon plays. So, basically having all the tools here.
8 play points to kill any 2 followers in Dragon is actually huge, so...
Makes Queen of the Dreadseed turns without Polyphonic Roar not so valuable. Discard your entire hand, play out these 2 gigantic followers, and then Voices is like, clean up!
Clean up crew coming through. Although if those 2 followers were just, you know, Genesis Dragon and Zeus, they already got their value.
Yeah. Most of the time, Genesis Dragon has been... Genesis Dragon has been removed from the decks because of Dragon Summoner randomly pulling it, and because... actually, that's really about it. You don't want to pull Genesis Dragon with the Dragon Summoners.
That's the whole reason.
yeah, that's pretty much the reason.
I think Kair's play this turn is probably Sockquill Bahamut, Evolve Sockquill Bahamut the 6/6, I imagine.
Could do it with Zeus too, either way.
Yeah. Depends on which one you want to show, I guess.
Yeah. Can't do it with Grimnir yet again. Poor Grimnir, just sitting there. Never a Sockquill target. Sockquill, please play with me! One day, come on!
Although, to be fair, you don't play Sockquill to summon 3 drops. You play her to summon giant, beefy 10 drops, so...
Yeah. Honestly, you know what? I probably just would have gone for a Fervor to get to max to 10 sooner. Just because, like, using the Evo point here doesn't really feel good because you're not doing anything relevant, and Nep Shadow's not going to beat you if you heal and go low this turn. and then you can just start slamming your Bahamut's. Like, one of the easiest ways to beat Nep Shadow with Dragon is to just ramp to 10 as fast as possible. I know that's how you win most games with Dragon, but you get to slam down your Bahamut's early.
Simplifying the strategy here.
Right, right. You get to play out your Bahamut's early, and hopefully early enough that Shadow doesn't draw its Nep or its Underworld Kawaii at the same time, because technically, as we see, Pancake doesn't have either of those things. So had the early ramp happened, maybe these Bahamut's would have been lethal faster.
What you're saying, I think, is that Ramp Dragon should, instead of trying to go over Nep Shadow, since Nep Shadow has the better late game, it wants to go under Nep Shadow.
Correct. Correct.
It
Very
wants
eloquent
to
way of
ramp
putting
up
it.
there,
Thank
go
you.
under them. 7-5 Pluto coming down, and like you said, Bahamut could have been playable this turn, but it's not.
Master could
Nope.
eat you.
I am the Mad Cyclone.
Now he's just scrapping for some defense here, but as we know, that's not going to be doing anything. And honestly speaking, this could just be an easy Mord Evo, 4 damage to face,
Yeah.
and like, who
yeah.
needs Nep combo?
Duels never end. He's drawing the Mords himself. He doesn't even need Nep.
Yep.
And these voices are huge too, because Zeus would be an okay play, you know, for the defensive against Mord, but it's not when you have voices.
Yeah, he's just got all the things he needs. He has the second Mord to basically make Bahamut unplayable. Like, I mean, not unplayable, but it doesn't do anything ever.
Can't attack him ever.
Yeah, as we know, Bahamut says you can't attack your enemy if you have at least 2 followers in play, and if you have 2 Mords in play, Bahamut just like, oh boy. And that's pretty much all Care has access to is Bahamut's. This is not looking good at all.
Yeah,
We waited a
this is
little too long
actually
to get to 10.
This is actually just almost always lethal, no matter what Kara does here.
Yeah,
If you play Zeus and kill the Mord, you don't die.
In a vacuum, like, in my mind, if I was playing on ladder, I wouldn't even consider Voices of Resentment being in this deck, so I would just jam Bahamut here.
Yep.
Because I don't think that Mord's going to be enough to kill me, and it'll at least put me in some kind of an advantageous spot, and then, yeah, just die to the Voices. But, yeah, Kara's kind of in a bad spot regardless,
However,
right?
they have deck lists, so Kara knows that card exists.
That's true. Okay,
And if
so he's
Zeus
gonna go for
kills the
Zeus.
Lich or goes face, he loses. And he loses.
Yep. That'll be game.
Voices of Resentment, dude. Best card
Too
Shadow's
strong.
got in Take 2.
So Pancake convincingly taking this one 2-0 against Care Package. I think Care Package maybe a little flustered this match. I don't think it was making optimal plays, but not to hold anything against him. Pancake playing optimally and doing very well. Both games with really good matchups, so good on him. Good job, Pancake.
There it is, 2-0 to Pancake Reaper, and Care just could not make his Dragoncraft deck work a second time, and perhaps maybe having to think about his strategy and think about his decision making in terms of the matchups that he's getting. And I think really the key here is Pancake Reaper.